Hello. When I was 12 years old, I shoplifted from the mall. I took a little tiny pink pig lip gloss from Claire's. It cost about $2. I then went and bought more stuff and immediately got caught. So the security guards called my mother and allowed her to come get me because I was a minor, and they let her decide what my punishment would be. And my mother decided it was time for me to see the real world and to stop being so privileged. My mother signed me up to go work at a ministry. And at that ministry, they helped homeless people. They would meet the people, make a list, send the list downstairs with the person, and they would make a bag for that person of what they needed. That's what I did. I made the bags. And it completely changed my life. I loved it so much from day one. I immediately realized that I was helping somebody, and I knew that I always wanted to help somebody. And so for the past 15 years, throughout various organizations, I have been volunteering. I have done animal shelters, homeless shelters, food centers, elderly, you name it. I have probably been there and done it. I love it. But you might be thinking, how can I volunteer? I've never done it before, or I don't know what I would want to do. Well, BMC did a specific study on other-oriented volunteering and self-oriented volunteering. Other-oriented volunteering would be a human services type, even a ministry. BMC described it more as an altruistic type of volunteering, where self-volunteering is usually a fundraiser, animal shelter, anything that they would refer to as self-actualizing. And in their study, they decided to look at depression rates, other mental health rates, physical health, life satisfaction, a various array of things, and tried to see if other-oriented or self-oriented, which one's better? Which one is going to benefit the person the most? And guess what? The conclusion said, results confirmed that volunteering, regardless of the form being examined, had significant health benefits to that person. So, why aren't we all volunteering? It has so many other benefits too. Wealth Management did a study, and they found that women are more likely to volunteer than men. But even more than that, African American women top the charts significantly of how much more volunteering they do than anybody else. Wealth Management, they did a study that referred to widows and the grieving process and how volunteering might even help with that. They found that volunteering gives a sense of community, or as they like to refer to it as the social cure. I volunteered at a place called REACH. It was a domestic violence and elder abuse service. And I worked at our store and I had lots of volunteers underneath me. And so many of those women were older than me. A lot of them were widowed. A lot of them were grieving a major life change. And even some of them had never worked in their lives. And so training them was a whole experience because I was watching someone grow. They were growing just from doing this. They were learning new skills and they were helping people. We were all there with the same goal, that we are here to help these people in this community. I had another interesting experience from REACH that Wealth Management also talked about. They went into the study of how if you volunteer, you are more likely to get hired. When you volunteer, your rate, if it is on your resume, the chances of you getting hired go up by 27%. That's pretty high. That's like a really good, helpful amount of getting hired. So I then wondered, but what about overall satisfaction from volunteering? I found an article called How Can We Help? And it really went into how it's satisfying because we are making a difference. And not even just that difference, we are helping usually a nonprofit. I think that is mainly what How Can We Help studied. And when they looked into it, they found that the employees of the study, of the organization, usually had a really hard time and experience a lot of burnout, because training people is a big time and commitment that they don't have a lot of money for. And so they try to create a sense of we-ness. That is what How Can We Help referred to it as. And basically that is how the community is made, how the social cure is made, by making everybody feel like they are a part of something. How Can We Help even had people referred to it as a collective effort with collective benefits. As someone who has collectively volunteered for years, I would love to see more men come into the field and experience this stuff. I would love to see where volunteering would take my friends in their careers. I would like to see how it helped some elderly person to get a little bit more physically fit. It just helps everyone, including the people you're doing it for. Thanks. Have a good day.